What is going on, everybody? We're here. We're live for Geeks and Gamers Daily. Jay, it's a Tuesday. It's March. Isn't freaking spring forward time change coming up soon? Is that happening soon?
You know, I never keep up with that. I just we've got all these devices that automatically set the clock for me. So I just wake up extra tired.
It's March 8th. This weekend, Jay. Spring forward, baby. Is
that where you get tired, right?
Huh?
You lose an hour.
You do.
Yeah.
You do lose an hour. It's on, the Saturday night to Sunday morning usually happens at 2 in the morning.
Yeah, 2 a.m.
Yes. You'll wake up a little tired.
Everything kind of resets. Ryan, I got some good news for you today, though.
Oh, I need some good news, Jay. What's up?
I'm pretty sure if I shared this already on this show, forgive me. Sometimes the days just run and the shows, I have so many shows, but I don't think I have. Because everybody in the morning show was like, you got to show this to Ryan. We got to know what his reaction is. Did you know that Reese's is releasing a peanut butter cup flavored toothpaste for a limited time in Australia and in New Zealand?
It's crazy that's happening in Australia and New Zealand because that feels like a very American thing.
It's also sugar free.
Well, I would hope so, but
toothpaste with sugar in it. Imagine.
It's actually funny when I think about Reese's. I'm unable to get. Do you remember the ads from the late 90s, maybe, where it was how people eat their Reese's?
Oh, yeah.
It was like other different people. I vividly remember the Australian one, was like, here's how I eat mine. Take a bite now. And then he throws it like a boomerang. And comes back to he's like, save the rest for later. Yeah. So it's funny that it's coming out in Australia. I'm not going to lie, though. Reese's peanut butter cups are my favorite, like candy, chocolate, whatever you want. That is my favorite. But I don't want my mouth to taste like Reese's peanut butter cups after I finish brushing my teeth. I need like the minty fresh.
You need it.
I mean, like I need that feeling because it feels like my mouth is clean.
Feels like you accomplished it. Yeah.
Yeah. If my mouth tastes like I just ate candy, I don't know if I'm going to feel that way.
Imagine smearing all that like all over your mouth. Just like I finished brushing. Like, what if it leaves like a little residue, like a little, maybe that's why they're dropping it off in Australia first. Let's see how they handle it first. If they like it, then we'll send it out for the rest of the folk. But you're all right. I am shocked. Like they didn't just drop this off in America. I'm just like, a little kid gets his hand on that and he's like, it tastes good. Might just eat the whole tube, like
I ain't going to kill him.
Yeah, but then you got to go buy more toothpaste. That's all I'm saying.
Ain't going to kill him. But no, that That does not sound like something I am going to try. I'm good. I don't need that. I don't need anybody to send me that shit. No, please. I'm good with my normal ass toothpaste. I'm good with my normal toothpaste. But yeah, I'm surprised it's not coming out in America.
Yeah, somebody posted a. Hold on. This is exact.
I mean, it's not that different from the people. Have you seen that like the charcoal infused toothpaste that people like? It's not all that much different than that, I suppose. I don't think that this is long for this world. I don't think this is going to catch on.
No.
I really don't. However, I will say one of the worst things is when you brush your teeth and then you drink something or eat something or whatever, and your mouth still feels mint. Like, have you ever done, you brush your teeth and then you drink orange juice?
Yeah. And you're just like,
my mouth feels like a battery. It's very strange. So I'm not sure. A shit-eating grin, someone says. Yeah. That is the definition of a shit-eating grin right there.
If it gets certain people to brush their teeth, I'm for it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's because I know some people. Listen, MegaCon meetup coming up.
Yeah.
Please. Hygiene, man, is very important.
Every once in a while, people maybe forget you're anxious and you forgot your deodorant or you forgot to brush your teeth that day or whatever. We're gonna be around a lot of people, so
listen, I get it. You're gonna meet Ryan.
You did give it a little brush before you came.
You're gonna meet Ryan for the first time. You're gonna start the sweats, right? Nervous on what he might say. Is he gonna cuss you out? Is he gonna call you gay? I don't know. I was nervous too. First time I met Ryan. You might get the back sweats. You got to make sure you scrub, man. And like, trust me, if people ain't going in for a good hug and they're just giving you the dap, maybe you need to go back to your hotel and just check.
Look, there are some people who you've been very nervous to meet me, like that is something. And I don't know why. Maybe that'll happen. Maybe that'll happen this time. There are some people that don't know that maybe they're going to pass out if they meet me or something.
And let me tell you, but this is what usually happens. Yo, Jay, I'm easy to approach. Big, soft, fluffy. Hey, is Ryan here? I get that a lot. And then I've got to walk them over. I'll be like, here's Ryan right there.
Jay usually finds a place to just sit down and lets people gather around him. At these things, that is not me. I'm a mover. I can't stand behind a thing. I can't stand in a corner like Jeremy. Like Gary will stand behind usually a spot, and it makes sense because people will line up. That ain't me. I'm a floater. I move around. I'm going to the bar. I'm going to whatever. I gotta move.
I do find a plop spot though. Sometimes I find a nice plop spot. I'm like
a plop spot.
Yeah, like last time I just sat in a big chair and people just walked towards me, like I was the Godfather or something.
Extra girl in the chat says bar is the best place to find people. Yeah. I'm usually floating around somewhere there. You're not wrong. But
I love it because people are like, yo, Jay, you want something to drink? Sure. Then they come back. I don't know if they spit in it or not, but I appreciate.
Gary was showing Ryan singing at a meetup last night. Well, didn't know that. Strong opinions. I'll have to issue a strongly worded letter to Gary to cease and desist.
Actually, I don't think there's karaoke in the meetup spot, but there is right across from it. So,
what are you gonna sing, Jay?
I don't know. I've got to see what they have to offer. Could be a little boy band, Could be
you do NSYNC or Backstreet Boys. That is a crowd pleaser. 100%.
Maybe some Boys to Men will go old school, something like that. That's what that's all I got.
Good vibe with that.
That's all I got. Classics. Got to keep it classic.
The classics. I've always got some ideas of something that I could go up there and sing. Just in the moment, you never know what can happen.
Ryan just whips it out, man, and it's awesome.
Well, let's rephrase, but yeah, it can happen. Alex Arrow Cave for 2. 2's J tax meta PC code RK Outpost drunk 3PO.
Shout out.
You know, I did sing on Gary's on our A Night of the Seven Kingdoms live stream, ironically.
What were you singing?
I was singing a song I made up because we were talking about going to the Game of Thrones play that is going to be happening in the UK, and you know, Gary said something like, "I don't think it'll be a musical or anything. It's not going to be a musical. It's just going to be a play." However, I ad-libbed a little bit of Rhaegar Targaryen. I think it could work. I think you could do a musical. So I don't think it would make much sense to you, but in the moment, and I just felt it take over my body. You know what I mean?
It happens, man.
It does happen.
Happens.
It can happen.
I'm a whistler. Sometimes I just start breaking out and whistle. You know?
Whistle?
Yeah. Some people are just random whistlers. You're just walking and you just start whistling, you know? That's me. I'm a random whistler.
I'm not a random whistler. I'm a pretty good whistler when I can, but I feel like that's for happy people. You know?
I also got to be careful because every now and then a big hunk of spit will just fly out of nowhere while you're whistling. You don't want to hit somebody in the back of the head. Or if you do, you just keep it moving and act like nothing happened.
Well, that would happen. Jay would just be walking through a theme park whistling and he'd accidentally spit on Josh D'Amaro or something.
Probably.
Jay meets random people. He met the Epic Universe head at a random pizza place. He met Josh D'Amaro in line, didn't even know who the fuck he was.
I didn't.
When you and I were there, we met 2 deaf lesbians.
I know. That was crazy. And you didn't even know I spoke sign language.
No. Didn't I try with them?
You were signing sexual stuff with them and they thought it was the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, because Jay's sitting here showing off and doing a couple like ASL sign language things, and I'm like, hey, what? That's the only sign language I know. Like,
you always tell like there's different stages of deaf people. It's the ones that are like that deaf, right? They don't hear themselves, so they make noises. And there's some that kind of hear the vibration, so they could speak a little bit. I was trying to figure out which one they were. They were the full-on random noise deaf, and they were laughing hard when Ryan was doing his thing. It was great. Deaf Lesbians sounds like a band as you start, you know.
Deaf Lesbian sounds like an awesome band name, actually. That's a good.
We wrote the King Kong ride with them.
With Brie Larson.
Oh,
David Smart Jr. Hail the fellowship. Good job as always, guys. And wow, got a war pick, ruffling a lot of feathers. 0-2 for Amazon. We will talk about that. Sierra Tan. Happy Tuesday, Ryan and Jay.
Hey.
Happy Tuesday, Sierra. Thank you. I don't know how all that happy it is, but we're pretending. That's what you do. When life is shit, when the world is falling apart, you pretend everything's okay. X-Swing 5's fucked up toes for 2. Hey, Ryan, I'm ready for our reflexology appointment. I don't know what this is about, but no.
That's what his toes look like. Listen, I was trying to tell people, too, when you go to Florida and it's hot, some people can't wear the sandals with the open toe because their toes look like this. You ever see people like that? And then, like, it creeps around the flip-flop. And it's like, you can't, if your toes look like this, if it's all jacked up, you got to slide them in something. Nobody wants to see that crap. Nobody.
Yeah, I mean, I think people should have an understanding if you have weird fucked up feet to just keep them covered, right?
You would think, but some people like, they walk around like that with their toes.
Some people just have no respect for anyone else, Jay, right? Like, look, you see massive fat heifers that are just wearing shit that's way too revealing for them, big old bellies hanging out and shit. It's like, all right, look, okay, don't wear something like that if you look like that. Like, there are simple rules that society should follow, right?
Oh gosh, Gary just tweeted out you singing. Wow,
Gary, what are you doing? I don't even know what.
Yeah, I wasn't there for that. You were singing with a saxophone player.
Oh my God.
That's got to be Vegas, right?
That's in Vegas.
Yeah, I wasn't there for that one.
I am not going to even play it.
No,
I'm not going to play it on this. Like Gary has fucking like 300,000 followers on Twitter. So all
you
of them
can just watch it there.
Yeah. And I'm sure he'll play it on his stream, which will have significantly more people watching than this. So yeah, this is what I get. This is what I get for trying to. This is what happens, Jay, when I try to give a little spirited happiness to people. You know,
started
like,
off
hey, let me entertain the people. Let me give them something good.
Yeah.
People have to record it and put it out there and try to mock me. So, but again, Gary's not doing great things for my reputation in general. I got tagged in some fucking reel from Friday Night Tights, on Instagram, where I think where I went off about Tourette's and some shit. So
they didn't like that, huh?
Well, I don't know if it's going to do great things for my reputation in the black community. We'll say that. But it's on Gary's Instagram. Randomly, I get tagged. I'm like, what is this? And we never do shorts or reels from FNT. But this is like a little song between me and Grace Randolph. You could probably find it on Instagram if you want. We can.
They clipped you out of all people.
Yeah. It's on Gary's Instagram. Taker Jay, I super chatted Mueller about the McDonald's CEO video, and he had seen it, and like me, he immediately thought of Krusty filming that Krusty burger.
Oh yeah, that was funny. Also, like the Burger King CEO came out and did his own video. It was perfect. He just took a big Whopper and just took a big freaking bite, and he was just eating it up.
Gary says, "Who's mocking you? Have a beautiful singing voice." All right, well, thank you, Gary.
That's nice.
Thank you. That's good. Vlad the Man, hurrah! Jay, are you half Chinese? What's up, Ryan of Judah?
Am I half Chinese?
You do got kind of squinty eyes.
My eyes do squint, yeah. Maybe not Chinese. Maybe I'm more Japanese. Maybe I'm more ninja than samurai.
When I get drunk, my eyes get a little squinty. And if X-Ray Girl's there, she likes to pretend that we're family or that we're like brother and sister because I like when I get drunk, I'm, like my eyes kind of glaze over. I'm like this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
I got a quarter yellow.
The thing, I got small eyes. I got a big forehead. It makes my forehead look even bigger because my eyes are small. I'm just a fucking wreck, man. Little Jim's Halo. Show Ryan the action figures, Jay.
Action figures? Which one? You got to be a little more specific. I play a lot of stuff online. We react to a lot of things. I don't know.
Balto. Beep beep boo boo paste for $1. I don't know where that one came from, Aegon, but thank you. Snacks, do you know Wednesday is also called the day of compromise since you are 3/5 of the way through the work week? I know it's Tuesday, but Wednesday C- team. The 3/5 compromise day. I'd never heard it referred to that, but interesting. Maga Sandra, taxes done. Refund MegaCon and Meetup. Jay's AQT. Fucking taxes, dude.
I asked for an extension. I'm not going to fool with it till October.
I'm not doing that this year. I'm fucking getting him done,
yeah.
But I got to get him done before MegaCon.
I hear you.
Lawrence Aguiard for 20. Hey, guys. Just want to say what's up. Thank you for everything you do. My wife left me after 13 years to raise our 5-year-old daughter on my own. Thank you for everything you do, getting me through these rough times.
Dang, man, that sucks. Sorry to hear that.
That's rough. Fuck that bitch. That sucks, man. But we're glad we can entertain you a little bit with whatever's going on in your life. And then Lawrence says, "Yo, Jay, that Bluff movie was trash."
Thank you. A lot of people saying, Jay, have you seen it? Because it's a pirate film. But then the ones that have seen it, they said it's garbage. So you saved me 2 hours of my existence sitting down and watching that. Appreciate it.
Corn Boy for $1.99. Thanks for the super sticker, Corn Boy. Maximus said, did someone say toes?
We did.
Mexa Rage for 2. Slides are greater than flip-flops, in my opinion.
Depends on what you're doing and where you're going.
If you're going to actually do any significant walking, I think slides suck.
Yeah.
If you're going to take the trash out, yeah, slides are great.
Yeah.
But there are a specific few instances in time where I would ever wear sandals or flip-flops in public, period. Like, and it has to be something.
Like that thing in my toe, man. I don't like that at all.
I don't want people seeing my feet.
Yeah,
just to be honest with you.
That's part 2. Yeah, that's another.
Like, I don't know. I don't know. Not that they're like weird or fucked up or anything, but it's just like, I don't know.
It's just a thing. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I don't like. It's just not. I keep that private.
Yeah. That's freaks.
I know there's gonna be people out there fucking jerking off to it and shit.
That's right.
Come on, what are we doing? I'm gonna
private audience.
You off to people.
Pay to play.
You degenerates. Blood Bucket. What's up, boys? I'll see you at MegaCon.
Hey.
Meet up since I'm bringing the wife and surprising the kids, but stoked for the con. Hey, we'll
awesome,
see you
man.
At the con, Blood Bucket. Maybe you can stop by the meetup. You know, maybe you can. Like kids off in bed or whatever. Tell the wife, hey, I'm gonna just go out and have a drink, and come party with us. Maybe you could do that. Yeah, she's probably not gonna like it, but is what it is. Freddie Yankoba, looking at old gaming streams from 5 years ago, and both Ryan and Jay are the same. Great to have you on this panel. Also, play the singing clip.
You didn't even send money, Freddie.
He did send money.
Wasn't that just a member message?
Oh, well, whatever. That's still money.
That's true. I didn't mean to downplay you, Freddie. Sorry.
Yeah, let's have some respect for people, Jay.
You're right. I was having a moment. A big moment.
A moment.
That's right. Okay.
Well, you know who else is having a moment? Amazon.
Really? Imagine my shock.
Amazon is having a moment, Jay. And look, we know that Amazon is getting into the video game adaptations.
Yes.
We know they're doing the Tomb Raider show, which we'll see how that works. Fallout is on Amazon Prime. People have different opinions about how that season 2 went and all this stuff. But God of War is next up on the list for them. And quite frankly, a lot of people were a little nervous about Amazon doing God of War. But after we got the initial castings and Ryan Hurst had been cast for Kratos, it's like, hey, you know what? This could be something. This might not be too bad, actually. Maybe that's a solid casting for Kratos. Well, then they gave us the official first image from this show, and it has resulted in a significant amount of backlash. God of War series star Ryan Hurst fires back at critics after first look sparks fan backlash. Now, Marvin, I don't know if fires back. It wasn't like he was saying fuck the fans or anything necessarily, but we'll get into what exactly he said. This is the first image that they decided to release for God of War. Now they're adapting the God of War Norse series, the first game in that kind of Norse series. And I personally would rather see Kratos, like Greek story Kratos, in my opinion. But, I saw this come out and I looked and I was like, okay, there's Kratos, there's Atreus. All right, looks whatever. I don't think it blew me out of the water. I didn't think it looked like absolute dog shit, but a lot of people apparently do thinks this looks like absolute dog shit. And the opinions came in. Hype for the show overall. This image looks like a spoof movie. Terrible first impression. Here's some people from Geeks and Gamers. There's Kata. I'm sorry, it looks like Dollar Tree Kratos. Maybe it'll look better in post. Josiah says, not going to lie, I laughed at how bad this looks. This looks like a fan film where they got some guy off the street to play Kratos. Perry Chan, the beer belly's a nice touch. Yeah, not a great look from Sevi. There's Epic Mike. Epic Mike with his fucking ridiculous profile picture, by the way. Jeremy said, well, shit, this isn't good. But Ryan Hurst, after this happens, and there was a lot of backlash, he just put out an Instagram post that said, don't believe everything you see on the internet, kids. Which I don't really know what that means.
Oh,
I mean, this is the image that they themselves released. It's not like
yeah.
this is an AI one that leaked out there or people were presenting. Like they released this, and maybe it'll look better in post. Maybe it is an awkward pose. I'm gonna be honest. I saw this and I went like, looks all right, and like went by it.
Exactly. I
That's
just
how I did. But go
swiped
ahead.
up to the next thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. You would think though, like with a movie and the fan base that they have, that the picture that they would release would be like just standing tall with one of his weapons, you know, maybe with one of the gods in the back, like just something powerful, you know, a powerful. Maybe they just thought this was a powerful image of him like hunched over, watching a kid like shoot the bow and arrow. I'm not sure. But you would think like the first hype video or photo would just be something like something that you would want as a wallpaper on your phone.
Yeah,
You know?
I 100%. I think there could have been better images for them to release, even if everything else remains the same. The design remains the same. All this, there could have been better images because this is the only chance you have for the first impression. And
Yeah.
even David Jaffe, so the original creator for God of War, who, by the way, is now a YouTuber and kind of a woke lunatic, but even he, criticized this. Kratos in this pose with this expression, he looks just stupid. If you're going to reveal to most people a brand new character that you hope is going to carry your series for the first time, they've never really seen this before, and this is the way you introduce them. Maybe it's conscious. Maybe they're like, well, what we really want to focus on is the father-son story. And if we focus on him being like Spartan Rage and all that, maybe people are like, I don't want to watch that show. Maybe. But then at that point, could you find a picture that doesn't look like he's shitting in the woods? Because that's what this picture looks like. A lot of people have been saying it looks a little like Beardo, maybe. Some people have been putting that out there. But this is not the only problem that God of War has. During the same week that this gets revealed, we get new information about the next potential spinoff in the God of War series, in which it will not be focused on God of War. It will be focused on his wife. Rumored God of War spinoff focused on Kratos' wife sparks major fan backlash. And yes, the new God of War game reportedly focuses on Faye as the main character. Current plan is to reveal a game later this year with a 2027 release. Now, these are leaks and scoops. Some people who have been notably reliable in the past, and it's coming from a couple different, industry leakers. But if they do this, what a massive fucking mistake. It is called God of War.
Yeah. You're absolutely correct. It's another video game adaptation that nobody wants. You know, the hype that like the thought of like back then when there was like, we're getting a Halo show, and how cool that would be if they did it correctly. And then when it finally came out, it just was top tier garbage wrapped in stinky old ham. I mean, and now if they do something like this too, it's like, let's make it about the like the women in the show. Another massive L. It's so simple. You have the video game. Just redo it. That's all you got to do. You don't have to rewrite anything. You don't have to make it for a modern audience. You don't have to make it anything. Just the video game. Just do the video game. It's very simple.
And some people are like, oh, why are you so scared of women? Why are you so frightened of women? It's like, bro, what if the next Tomb Raider was just about a random boyfriend she had or something?
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's about the franchise itself. It's about what the franchise is about and why people like this franchise, right? God of War initially was like the most fucking like hyper masculine type of thing you could imagine.
Yeah.
Right. When you look at the Greek series, a dude who flies into a rage because these gods intervened and made him murder his family, and he wants revenge on the fucking gods. Yeah. Right. And for the Norse, section, they made a little different, but there's still a lot of masculinity involved in terms of a father taking care of his son and all of this stuff. For the main character in a God of War video game to be a woman, I don't think that's what the fan base is asking for. How many times do we have to see this with everything from gaming to the entertainment industry to all this shit?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I hope it's just a rumor and it's not true. But they're not helping.
It is just a report at this point. It's not an official announcement, but it is what a lot of people are talking about.
Yeah, and usually like when there's a certain group of people that usually get it right. So that's again, like they probably should have released it something a little more toxic masculinity photo to get people hyped up for this, but it seems like they're doing the complete opposite and getting people like, I don't know. And we'll put another one on the shelf.
Put another shrimp on the Barbie.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
hey, man, it's like we've got the Lord. What Rings of Power? That was a hit. I have God of War.
It was it was a hit. Like,
yeah,
the hit that fucking Makar gave Baylor in the Trial of Seven. That's what it was a hit like. Fucking, you want to die afterwards.
And we've got the show that you're loving right now, Star Trek. That's another massive hit for everything happening. Harry Potter's on its way. Can't wait for that one.
Bro, Starfleet Academy is almost over. 10 weeks of this shit. 10 weeks having to watch this trash.
It's crazy. Hey, let me ask you this. This is another rumor. Do you know anything about this? Is this true? Is this a speculation? A Game of Thrones movie is in the works? It's from The Wrap, so I
mean, if it's from The Wrap, it's relatively reliable. Look,
I just kind of threw that out there. I didn't know.
There's been multiple movie pitches and ideas and things like that for a while in the Game of Thrones universe. So these things have been in production. We've known about these things, whether it's an Aegon's Conquest or something. That's from 1 minute ago, so that just happened. So I can't tell you too much about it, but there has been ideas and pitches and things in pre-production and tossing ideas around for a Game of Thrones movie for a long time.
All right, listen, if they're doing this, you being a massive fan and like knowing all the names of the characters, I mean, where would they go with this? Like, what's next after that horrible, like, season 8? What's after that?
So I don't think that that's necessarily what this is. Now, there are pitches and have been things in production for a sequel to Game of Thrones, like afterwards. Remember, that was the Snow series that was supposed to happen.
Oh, okay.
That seems to be scrapped, and maybe there's ideas that it might focus on what happens to Arya after. I think those are all terrible ideas. They shouldn't do that shit. Now, the thing that people have thrown out for a very long time is an Aegon's Conquest movie. And so the Targaryens coming to Westeros, and you could do a little, I think in that you could do a little bit of a show what happened during the Doom of Valyria to make the Targaryens flee to Dragonstone. And then ultimately Aegon is the one that conquers Westeros. But you could do a movie like that, and I think it could be pretty badass. I would prefer a show because I would like to see all of the shit. And
right.
Give so many details and take a lot of time, but you could do an Aegon's Conquest movie. Good. Robert's Rebellion, that shit. If they do a Robert's Rebellion, that better not be a movie. I want to see a Robert's Rebellion show if they do that. But I mean, I think it could do big numbers.
Throw that out there. I wasn't sure.
I think it could do big numbers, but I don't know. I have no details about that specific announcement, but there have been Game of Thrones movies, pitches, ideas, things that have been thrown out for a long time. So we'll see. Flag Ninja, Can You Feel the Love Tonight? Song tags. Is that what I was singing? Maybe.
Probably.
Real Nick Nero for 5, praying for the safety of the boys on USS Abraham Lincoln. I'm praying for the safety of everybody in the entire region, but including everybody on the Lincoln. Hey guys, I remember meeting you. I remember meeting you two and the gay Jeremy. Yeah, I remember when we met at Universal City Walk, I think.
Yeah,
if I recall. If my memory, my dementia isn't failing me yet, I think I remember that. Sarah McGee, howling at this stream, you gorgeous pair. Wow,
she's from the UK.
That's some high praise from Sarah. I didn't know you were blind, but thank you for watching the stream anyway, Sarah.
We call her Sarah from across the pond.
Sarah from across the pond.
That's it.
Mr. James Bond Tube. Gary doesn't know shit. He thinks Return of the Jedi was a good movie. Hey.
I don't think it was a good movie. I think it was a great movie.
There you go. That's right. Little Jim's Halo, RFK Jr. action figure tax. You have an RFK Jr. action figure?
Oh, that's what you want me to show. You want to see that, Ryan? It was released from the White House.
Yeah, sure. Let's see.
It's not very long. All right, I got it. I got it right here. I showed it this morning. It's kind of funny.
Introducing the Secretary Kennedy action figure. With chronic disease running rampant, President Trump is sending one man,
Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Watch out. Red 40 is in your kid's lunch.
I was just going to make a joke about
real whole milk.
Wait till
I was just going to make a joke about Red 40.
Wait till you hear like Kennedy's voice in the action figure.
Wow, it's full of protein and healthy fats.
And ban Red 40 to the trash.
Take that.
Oh no, a peregrine falcon is stuck in the river. Quick, swap into your denim jeans and jump in.
Wow, waterproof jeans.
Oh no, the food pyramid puts Fruit Loops at the top.
My message is clear. Eat real food.
Flip the pyramid to put the real food we need on top. Bring home the full Maha playset today with limited edition Iron Mike Tyson.
Eat real food or else.
Accessories sold separately. Batteries not included. Get active and eat real food.
I love that they put him in jeans because he's got that. He wears jeans for everything. He swims in them. He climbs.
He's out there doing leg press with jeans the other day.
He goes to the gym with jeans on and everything.
Yeah,
pretty funny.
What a weirdo. Let's not give him any ideas. There's gonna be some random NFT that gets fucking shilled out with RFK soon. Like that's gonna happen probably. So stay away from Red 40.
Eat real food.
Just pump your body full of testosterone, but no Red 40, please. Fucking RFK.
Never heard the word beef tallow used so many times in my life.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Where are we? Kenny Long for 10. Love the show, guys. Ryan, thank you for your service. I served with HM-15 Helicopter Mine Countermeasure Squadron. Jay, well, thank you for your service as well, Kenny.
Yeah,
Jay, you always give me a laugh with your infectious positivity.
Oh, thank you.
Someone call that HIV. Sorry, I won't make OMC. Orlando MegaCon?
Maybe
I'm sorry you won't too, Kenny. That sucks. That sucks. But thank you for the kind words, Jay. You have infectious positivity.
Yeah.
That's what causes AIDS, by the way.
I don't have AIDS.
Taker. Hashtag justice for Beardo. Ryan Hurst is no Kratos. Give Beardo the job and let Epicverse make it. Sure, it'll still be terrible, but it'll be funnier. I guess we would find it funny. Thanks, Taker. Aaron Herkelman. Will the panel at MegaCon be live streamed? Having neck surgery that weekend. Won't make it this year. I would imagine it'll probably be live streamed by somebody.
Yeah, it's you. I don't think we have done a panel that wasn't live streamed.
Yeah, so it'll probably be live streamed somewhere by someone. KKK took my baby away for 2. Will Kratos get killed by a golf club an hour in? Captain for 2. It's called God of War, not Goddess of War. Idiots. SBZ for 2. Remember Furiosa, Ballerina, they never learn. It's almost like the franchises are like because of the franchises, the main characters of those franchises. When you try to shove other shit in, it's not going to work. SCDB, it's not even about being a woman, Kratos or bust. Yeah, look, if they had made Atreus the only basically protagonist, like the only playable character, and it was a God of War, the next one was just focused on Atreus and not Kratos, that would be extremely controversial. Let alone if they bring Faye into it. Bovarelius saying many people read the script as an excuse for the acolyte is not the out they think it is. Oh, we'll go over that.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you worry, my friend. B. Barrett for $2. We should set up a GoFundMe campaign to get Ryan to the next FurCon. It'll be called Operation Epic Furry. I'm not going. Vlad the Man, Ryan, please sing I See the Light from Tangled. I don't know if I know that one. BK Blair, like how Ryan says fat and black with authority.
Authority, man. Throws the gauntlet down.
I mean, I think that's just the way I speak.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
You know? Whenever I talk about Disney Star Wars, I feel like I say that with authority, you know?
Yeah.
Leslye Igby, thoughts on Floyd fighting 3 times this year? None.
Guy's going to get his money.
Tobias for 10. Apparently, there's some controversy about Resident Evil Requiem. I don't know the details, but I'm having fun with it. So what are you even talking about? Apparently, there's some controversy, but you don't know the details. So where are you hearing this from, Tobias? What is the controversy? I've heard from most people that it's really fucking good. There's a couple of games journalists that are like, there's a bunch of gay games journalists that are thirsting over the male main characters. But other than that, I haven't really heard anything. I don't think there's too much controversy with it. But
I'll be playing it.
But I love the gore system they implemented for area damage on enemies. I don't know, Tobias. Andre CR, see you next Tuesday of War. Vlad the Man. Okay, just the chorus from Aladdin will do.
Dang, buddy. You want Ryan's greatest hits?
Yeah, I don't just give this shit out, right? I don't just give this shit out. Then Roku, make an old-fashioned flavored toothpaste. Then we're talking food news tax. Old-fashioned flavored toothpaste. Oh, you mean like the drink an old-fashioned? All right. I wouldn't mind that. And then it would also like help me cover up if I had been drinking ever. Because people are like, oh, it smells like you've been drinking. I'm like, it's just my toothpaste. I'm not drunk. That's just my toothpaste.
My toothpaste.
Working Class Ronin for 5. Are you watching Sheridan's? I feel like there's so many typos in the super chats today, and I am doing my best to work through them. But are you watching Sheridan's Marshall? Marshall. How's the ratings? I'm skipping it. Haven't watched it. Don't know the ratings. Never liked Casey in the Beth Dutton show. I like Casey fine. He's a complicated character, but overall, I liked him fine. Grindodrome, sing Mr. Jones by Counting Crows. Thanks, fat. You talking to me? Are you talking to me? You can't be talking to me.
No one's asking me to sing. And I'm okay with that.
Chris Bolts, the controversy is you get to kill black zombies, I think. Glad Capcom stuck it to the chuds who are still mad that we were icing black zombies in Resident Evil 5. God, that's crazy. John Papaserio, what's up, guys? Been a while. Have you seen the video going around of Lion King's song Circle of Life intro being translated? Hilarious.
No, I haven't.
I have seen a reel that's like that. It's about some guy saying, like, in Circle of Life, the African sing in the beginning, it translates to, look, there's a lion or something.
Oh.
I don't know. But I don't know if that's real or not, or just somebody kind of memeing. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Vlad the Man. Okay, you want to treat me like a who? Like a whore? What you're saying? I don't want to be treated like a whore. That's the thing. Although, I mean, money is a big, motivator to do a lot of things. But I don't want to be treated like a whore. I want to be treated with some fucking respect. Right? With some fucking respect. I hate that that Gary tweeted out that fucking video of me. There's a point in time where I'm singing in which I'm singing to the crowd and I'm serenading the crowd, and my hand goes up as I'm talking to everybody, and it just looks like I'm doing a Nazi salute, which is the one image everyone has decided to take from that specific song or that specific moment. So, yay. Jay, sing Rockstar by Nickelback.
Hey now, you're a rock star. Get your game on. Go play. That's all I know.
Is that Nickelback?
Is that the right song?
That's All Star, not
Oh man, my bad. I got the wrong song. That's why you don't ask me to sing. I get it confused.
You were
I was singing the Shrek song.
Ready. You were ready for that.
I was ready for something. Yeah, don't ask me. I probably won't even know the song. To be
All
honest.
Star by Smash Mouth. ACC, Iran getting more bombs than Disney at the moment. Hashtag Pissney. Yeah, I hope all this shit ends very quick.
I do too. That was pretty funny.
Mako Gray Cat for 2. Thoughts on the Scary Movie 6 trailer? We watched it yesterday.
I can't wait. I'm ready for it.
Look good. Like some of the people or some of the things people have been picking up as well is funny. There's like, because that they them that they make fun of in the very beginning, like the pronoun thing, she's holding a sign that says "Stop burning books," except for Harry Potter.
Yeah,
like, so it is kind of funny. They're going after everybody, which is hopefully that's what the movie is as well. Brian sing "Barbie Girl" by Aqua.
Who's Brian?
I don't know. Must have sent that to the wrong stream.
Mm-hmm.
Bungleswanger, can you feel the Heil tonight? Yeah. Nickelback covering All-Star Tax from Captain JP.
Sorry about that.
Well, let's get into the other story, Jay. The story that will not go away despite the fact that this show has been rightfully canceled.
The Acolyte. Thank you to The Acolyte. Got me to 100K subs.
Yeah, everyone's appreciative of The Acolyte for the content that it gave us, but everyone is not very appreciative of The Acolyte for what it did for their damaging Disney Star Wars as a brand. But it's been almost 2 years since it came out, Jay. Can you believe that? This summer marks 2 years since The Acolyte was released on Disney Plus. And it was a dumpster fire. It was a disaster. Their gay showrunner, who is former personal assistant to Harvey Weinstein, Leslye Headland, who hired her gay fucking wife to star in the show. I wonder how you got that job. She must have just been the best person for the job. But it took her a while before she not came out as gay. That's probably obvious. But before she came out and spoke about what happened with The Acolyte and how it got canceled. And, unsurprisingly, one of the things that she did was immediately call fans racist and fascist and sexist and things like that as a way to deflect from her own personal blame for the reason that this thing was dog shit and the reason why it got canceled. But she's continued to speak out, and some things are making headlines, including the Chiari Mundi controversy. Remember this, Jay?
Yeah. Does anybody still care? Why is she speaking out?
Well, she did an interview and was asked about things, right? So it's not like she put out a tweet that just be like, guys, just for the record, this. She was doing an interview on some fucking podcast, and this topic got brought up, as well as a couple others, which we'll go over. As well as this, right? Leslye Headland claims Yoda helped cover up murder in The Acolyte.
Wow.
We'll get to that. But yes, the Chiari Mundi controversy regarding Chiari Mundi was not alive during the events of The Acolyte. Nevertheless, he appeared. They wanted him because of the things that he said in the prequels about the Sith not being seen in a millennia. That's why they wanted Chiari Mundi. And whenever Leslye Headland opens her mouth, not only does she embarrass herself more, but she also makes it worse for everybody at Lucasfilm and Disney Star Wars. Yeah. And there's a reason for that. The Acolyte showrunner defends one of the most controversial aspects of the scrapped Star Wars show, but jokes, I'll take the L. I push back against these headlines. Yes, indeed, the Chiari Mundi appearance was controversial. It is not in the top 10 of the most of the reasons that people hate this show the most. When it comes to the story, when it comes to the plot, when it comes to the characters, when it comes to the tone of trying to tear the Jedi down, when it comes to the lesbian space witches, people have a million other complaints about this show beyond just this. But yes, this was a sticking point because it goes into Lucasfilm not adhering to things that came out previously because it's just in service of whatever they want to do at the time. And this was her reasoning behind it. I asked Pablo Hidalgo, Headland told George Lucas talk show, referring to Lucasfilm's so-called Star Wars lore advisor. I said, if I put Caddy Mooney in a small business meeting, not the High Council, in the scene they mentioned, we should alert the High Council. He says that, and because you would assume he's not on the High Council, so Hidalgo said that he's not on the High Council, then I can use him. I don't remember what he said about the birth date or lifespan, but yeah, Pablo said it was cool. Many, many people read the script, and it got through that. But video games are canon, aren't they? I assume that. I'll take the L. Now, one of the people that she's talking about that read the script was Dave fucking Filoni himself. He was the one that approved all this stuff. He was the one who was going through and saying, yes, you can do this. No, you can't do this, making other suggestions. And people want to talk about the Caddy Mooney thing as being bullshit. Look, for people that don't know, the Star Wars Episode 1 Insider's Guide, people talk about, oh, it's this non-canon thing. This is not some random story from the Star Wars Expanded Universe that came from a random book or something, or a comic book. This is from the official guide that came out along with The Phantom Menace, that was released right alongside The Phantom Menace when it came out. What this was, the Insider's Guide was a CD that you could take home, pop in your fucking computer, and it was essentially an encyclopedia of all the different characters that made appearances and the ships and vehicles and behind-the-scenes information, behind-the-scenes content, interviews, audio files, clips, things like this that directly came out along with Episode 1, that directly came out with The Phantom Menace so that people could know more about these characters. And that was when Caddy Mooney was introduced. That was when his birth date was established, that he was 60 years old at the time of Phantom Menace, which means he wouldn't have been around for the time of the Acolyte, let alone a fucking Jedi Master. But this is not some, like, book or something in the Star Wars Expanded Universe that people are talking about. This is officially released content alongside Episode 1. And it stayed consistent all throughout the prequels and all after that until this fucking show. And Pablo Hidalgo said it was fine. Dave Filoni said it was fine. People aren't perfect. People don't know every little fucking thing. Sometimes you got to do research or whatever. But the problem is, this is a common thing when it comes to Disney, Star Wars, and Lucasfilm. Whether they're ignorant of it or they just don't care, they're willing to tear up whatever and put any characters anywhere for a little fucking shock cameo. It's part of the fucking problem.
Imagine my shock that Pablo Hidalgo said it's okay. Wasn't his job to make sure that the timeline was put together? I could be wrong on that.
He is one of the people responsible for that. Yes.
He's like one of the head people to make sure, the timeline isn't screwed up. These people don't care. They haven't cared in a long time. They haven't cared since George left. They just like, whatever, do your show. And they think that we're all dumb, that we don't care either. But joke's on them. People have walked away from your product. Nobody cares. You've screwed up the timeline so bad and everything. Listen, I remember them doing that crap with the Star Wars Hotel. They were changing timelines and changing like things that happened in the old way, the old stories, just to make that Halcyon hotel relevant in the Star Wars universe. They did the same thing with Batuu at the theme parks. They're like, I know you never heard of this land, but we're going to insert it in these different stories now and, change some of the old timelines so you could feel and think that it's important. It's so stupid. Like, they all need to go.
And look, obviously Disney made the decision to say, fuck the expanded universe. We're going to call it Legends now. We're going to do our own thing. And that is what it is. That's something that they made. That's a choice they made. But this specifically was a company material released officially for Star Wars Episode 1, right? To give people more information about the characters and the people and the planets and the vehicles that were introduced in that movie, right? This is movie material. That's what this is, which they should not be overriding that in any way, shape, or form. Pablo Hidalgo knows a lot about Star Wars. I don't think anyone should ever deny that. He worked at Lucasfilm for a very long time. In 2012, Pablo Hidalgo put this together, which is the Essential Reader's Companion, which is a very extensive list of basically every fucking book or short story or anything that came out for the Star Wars Expanded Universe. With that being said, not everybody is perfect. Not everybody is going to have every answer necessarily right on the top of their head for every obscure thing. So you need a team of people, you need help, you need double checking, you need people to do this. But nobody fucking caught this somehow at Lucasfilm. And this was the first thing that people noticed when this episode came out. So that is a failure. And I don't know if it's ignorance or if it's just we don't care. Dave fucking Filoni, this has been his modus operandi for his entire fucking career. It does not matter if something was pre-established, he will change it. It does not matter if he said something before, he will change it. It does not matter if a different person or a different author or somebody that did a different show, he will fucking change it. There's no adherence to continuity at all for this stupid fuck. That is now who you have in charge of Lucasfilm, by the way. But there was another thing that came out, and that is this. Leslye Headland claims Yoda helped cover up murder in The Acolyte. Jay, you remember in the last episode of The Acolyte where we had the back of Yoda's head make an appearance?
That's right.
Master Vernestra, the green-haired bald bitch who is actually Leslye Headland's bitch lesbian wife who's been attacking fans for the past 2 years. Yeah. We were like, okay, so she's going to talk. How is this going to happen? How do the Jedi not aware of this stuff? Blah, blah, blah. Well, it's because Yoda helped cover it up.
Nice.
Apparently. In a recent interview highlighted by the Hollow Files, the Acolyte creator was asked about the show's closing moments, which feature Vernestra Rwoh moving to conceal Chimere's crimes. Headland didn't hedge when discussing where that storyline might have gone. For sure. Yeah, Headland said when asked whether Yoda would have helped her with the cover-up. Don't come at me in the comments because he does it in Clone Wars, so I don't want to hear about it.
Wow.
Now,
they have like killed that Yoda from The Last Jedi and everything else. They just, and the High Republic comic and book series, they have just wrecked.
Now, in the High Republic series, they have Yoda cover up a series of things as well.
Yeah.
Now, this is, again, I think the excuse is because, hey, because they did something retarded in the Clone Wars, then we can do it now. It's one of the many reasons I've been saying that Clone Wars is quite possibly one of the most damaging things to ever happen in the history of Star Wars. And every year that goes by, people are more and more along the lines of what I feel about this series. But regardless, this happened in season 6 of the Clone Wars. For people that don't know, and I don't blame you because not a lot of people actually watched, but Yoda discovers that the Sith were actually behind the creation of the clone army. And they decide to not reveal things about that. Now, look, you're in the middle of this huge fucking war. You need these forces, blah, 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 blah. Maybe you can see how that could happen. However, the idea that they knew the Sith were behind the creation and maybe weren't as aware that these clones could turn on them, could this happen, makes the Jedi look even more fucking retarded. And look, this is all an effort. I know there's people out there who think they have really insightful commentary where they're like, actually, the Jedi were really the villains of this story. Yeah, you people are retarded. Are the Jedi flawed? Yes. Did the Jedi make mistakes? Absolutely. But the Jedi are the good guys in this story. Just because they're flawed or made mistakes doesn't mean they're not the good guys. But there's a desperate effort to turn the Jedi into the villains from some people. And that's what the Acolyte was all about. It was about tearing down the Jedi. It was about tearing down the Jedi Order and making you feel like they're actually the bad guys.
Yeah.
And more damage done to the character of Yoda, not surprising. But every time Leslye Headland opens her fat, stupid mouth, not only do things get considerably worse for her, but they also get worse for everybody else that works at Lucasfilm when she reveals that, yeah, everybody signed off on this thing. Like the people who are supposed to be in charge of keeping all this shit straight.
And this is why we have a product that people have walked away from and that nobody cares because they didn't care about the product themselves. You know, they just did whatever they want. Like you said, they just changed everything. They changed characters. It's just, they wrecked characters, and it's like, they just don't care. I remember it was like going downhill quick when they released a series of books like after The Last Jedi. And then when The Rise of Skywalker came out, like all those books were irrelevant because they changed the entire story of everything that happened in those books. And you had big Disney Star Wars fans a little upset that they bought all these books to like know more about Poe Dameron and all that other, and they just let whoever change the whole change the whole background in a movie. So all those books were considered fan fiction irrelevant that they put out. It's insane, man. It's insane what happened to this company that should be printing money easy. So too bad.
Too bad. I just like Dave Filoni.
It's so simple
like
too.
There's
It's
so
like,
many Mary Sues in Star Wars. Too bad. We're gonna do more. So sorry.
They had everything written out, man. They had everything. Like, you just take an EU book series. There's your script. It's already done for you. It's so simple.
The lispy queer Dave Filoni is now officially president of Lucasfilm. Congratulations, everyone that wanted that. Bungles Twanger says, woohoo, lesbian headlamp. Snacks for 2. Lesbian headlamp. Throwing more shade. Working class running for 5. Is it possible Mundi traveled through the world between worlds? Yeah, it is.
Why not?
Because we have time travel in Star Wars thanks to Dave Filoni. Pee pee poo poo man for $1. He waited right to the very end for that. Pee pee poo poo man. Thanks, pee pee poo poo man. All right. Jay, what do you got going on today? We are at an hour, ladies and gentlemen. What do you got going on today, Jay?
Somebody gifted me Resident Evil. So there's a good chance I might start that today. So we'll see. I know there's Tuesday night's main events.
Oh, yeah, that is happening.
But I think I might be in the middle of video games. So we'll see. Anytime someone gives me a game, it's like I am terrible at those games. I'm not good. I've only played Resident Evil, the first one, years ago. So I don't know why people would even want to watch me attempt a game like that. But here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Well, since Gary was nice enough to tweet it out and everybody's been fucking super chatting about it, we will
have a gander.
We'll play on the way out. We'll play it. Here you go, everybody.
How many drinks were you in at this point?
A lot. There you go. That's what you guys wanted. Thanks, Gary. I appreciate it. Christopher Peak, have a great day. Thanks, Chris. And that's it. Well, we won't be here tomorrow. The fucking other team, which is like 7 people, will be here tomorrow. But we'll be back on Thursday. Bye, everybody.